Ghana for a bit choose will be a nimdia edipe pu Ghana ama emrantia ni mabawa mugina ha munya dwumanya no enya dwumaye
Kennedy, where she knew the Asante force Kennedy, Agyapong force Kennedy, well forces Kennedy, is in my force Kennedy, a Piapin force Kennedy, a Hebrew force Kennedy, and Craft force Kennedy, Mental force Kennedy, Pana force Kennedy, Chocos force Kennedy, Dagoma force Kennedy, Kongoma force Kennedy, Gruma force Kennedy, Mam Bruce force Kennedy, Basa force Kennedy, Kanjaga force Kennedy, Infante force Kennedy, Wasa force Kennedy, Sergi force Kennedy, Latte force Kennedy Agyapong never Oceano Kama never Oceano Eyonwa It's a one ebeya Kennedy Ana Akombreko It's a Kennedy Ana Akombreko Kennedy Agyapong never Oceano Doctor force, approach force, soldier force, custom force, migration force, border force, MPC, minister vice president, young farmer, Nana Aso force, Kennedy Agyapong never Oceano, Cobra to never Oceano,
I was on Joe Emma Kwaba Efamra Get Connected TV so and then you may. The Jumedi son qua, meaning that I'll be why a cradwa, or trending day, set your day, ever bro, a brand soon. Now, Yatsana said the not say, and some I would just so, and I ever do home and come out and then you may. It's all about Honorable Kennedy Agyapong Agyapong. The Genesia was see, say, obey the NPP among your conanim at their court 2028 general election. I could you to me at their Manyoko NPP na fe isusu e pane ne so adi hu kese owo edema oman Ghana no etimi de yedwom oman no etimi tumpon eno ho ene yatena se anwumrei ayebedi ensem ahodo asi na watwi mu ene de mu ene de fa san komobo nyina ho no yebu ni nyina mu ede ama no nya ho ntia ase ensem bi wo hwa se yi ano a na yi ano ebi so ase kire ya adwa na ya kire ya adwa ebi so hwa na ya gya ne sa atwo na eja wo as delegate wetimi asi ugina ye come a year January 31st na bibia tumi akoso kama na bibia atimi ayeye medini nyansabo akwana na teche nyumbe mitirim ede ama chairman apiaje ono ede di dwumedie ho echiame bibi ede na kopie bebi tie ho behia se mitimi tinam na afi mehwe chire ede ma chairman na yetoto niema no ede ma oba akomienu miensa na tumi ekoyenim na ene nsem e wo hwa yebebo ho enkomo ne nyina ne se bebrena na esi ene de mu na afi na wotwe etwemu ene na wotwe ahase friend rebanya sema hodo na ekoso a esi tumi ebo ho nkomo e wo Get Connected show yi eso dwumedie no stream live on GetKennectedTV on YouTube na channel so say ye dwumedie so no YouTube pe ene ye fa ye comment no free na just so person wo tworo adwenkyere de brain a ye ni WhatsApp number bi e de ye adwuma na mu no ko YouTube ho na wadwenkyere na wakurukyire e de egu comment section where brain so ayefa na afi asone so na yetimi ama Ghana for hu so wadwenkyere brepam ye bia homa ne tumu obefre na wode wadwenkyere e de abadwumedie no so na bibia atumi akoso kama ama bibia atumi ayeye menim se wa ye krado pa etwen se edi dwumedie no bebro enne sanso so e na mesoma ye krado se be di dwumedie no chia ma bibia atibi akoye na ne enkomo a ye bo no ano eden menim se wa wonim de da bama so a ene uko bia no na eje ne ho entre ha eye professor nasa Dr. Evans Dua Dr. Evans Dua the survey second one waye assign dia ba kire se Kennedy Agyapong Japan etimi ehwe di kan first survey no Kennedy Agyapong edi kan wo ne hwehwe mu a oye nim and afi another survey ode ebaye ene obo ho amane no so san kire se o situation mi no di see ho best case scenario na afi worst case scenario no ni mi enu nyina na Kennedy Agyapong Japan edi mu kan na mom no ye mfa ne sede a waka na mfa nya adwuma survey no ankasa wo ha ebia na hu entire survey no ene document no e wo ha we will go through the entire document na afi bubu na sere ene abasa ke case na wankasa wetumi atiase se dien ene susudua na Evans Dua ede ye hwehwemu no na de woka na so sen ene kire poten e say Kennedy Japan na gina ojade o ye bia na so to aso you know all this on the show until report ne wo ha we will go through it now for ye nyina yetimi ahwe se dia susuye no ekoye ne bebi okoye se dia regions ahodo ni nyina ebi eka bebi a Kennedy Japan edi nkunim ene bebi a na ho de wo fmeso ma ne ho me so ni nyina no we have that discussion on this show now enochi no I also chance on the video bia eno so enam abefo tintan video ne so a Kofi Tonto ono aid special aid edema Bawumia na o kan sembi one Asempa FM4 ekohia one obi edutwem koma na asembi a woka we want to have that conversation on the show na fe hwe say be apani free ba no ye nya ne santo ana say mo ho enkomo so we have that video played na fe yet be apensempensemu na ya hwe sa ensem na papa ndi tu bia no na yetimi aboboso na ena no pe ya no ade a Ghana mampani dada Nanado Dankwa Ekufu Ado eton safre aspirant 5 no enyina se wo mmra nkomo ho na wo mu entimi entwetwe na je breakfast meeting enetimi course so ewo Kane mampani Nanado Dankwa Ekufu Ado ne residency na akono fe na catch say sa contest we ya ekoso no we internal contest the party na mu na contest no ekoso nti we ka we ni nyina no be wie ba bi ba akona ti we delegate follow nkomo na afehwe de wo message de na sem no to waso betimi aboard then you decide come January 31st na mom no man nkotwetwe nsem ma abra nsem ni bebia so hu obi ate ne ho ase you see photos yes am penifo ya ye nyina ye kom ho ase me hwe so mba bedi apnyoko nanim in the 2028 general election no omo exchange pleasantries it means obi esres obi ani age there wasn't any sign say be obi NTV no but a contest and so na ye kom aremfi at the end of the day one person supposed to lead the party into the election 2028 ti eno ho enkomo eno ye be say borum na Kennedy Agyapong Japan na proba obo sirem ye Ghana mighty freedom antemu no ye de ho nkomo e de abro na enura ene ka ho na wakopiem ewo Bawumia mpesua so wale so ye bako na fe said you the delegate ahwetwe nkomo no there was an interesting statement bi o ye ntina ma as a mesre no we will play that video for you to also have a glimpse of Sadia Nema AC course. Ti abusia sei na dwumedi ne tie ene anwumre ya hyehye ene de bro. Nim se wani ebetimi age ho ye kama. Maka cho se ko YouTube na wa search at GetKennectedTV. O hwe fidie na sia eno ene da ho no. Ba ko pie channel no eso. Subscribe to channel no na fe video no ko hwebi. Share mo obi no no so enhwe bi. Uwia na waja comment na to obrepem. Obetisa making kind of comment na the two YouTube no they are live on the show. Tisa pepe ena yedwumedie no the su etie. Yeah sorry na ya ma kwa mo afre. They adwenche no enso so edi aba. Ma yenhye show na se na yenhye dwumedie na se na yenko yedim na yenhye se emfiri na no pe ya meeting e course so ewo Kane mampani Nanado Dankwa Ekufu Ado His Excellency na tena ye ewo enkran abra one empenifo no enyina edi enhyiamu enti mo fanfa so ma me fanfa so ma na yetimi enkona just say pepepe na ensanete na ekopiem ewo mampani na Dankwa Ekufu Ado aso ya empenifo no nyina etimi ekokobode mu a woni wo mo etimi ehyiamu etwetwe nkomo se ade na yeye no ye ho ade na yeye enti enya ntokwasem yenyina na afi no yenya ne kama be wi achie no emfa ni monyam emre yenyina na omapani wo mu di hye mu wie na okọ Facebook ekotwero we eto ho ma menkenka ma na afi ne yenko anim o se I have just concluded this morning a breakfast meeting with 5 presidential aspirants of our party, the New Patriotic Party NPP, for the 2028 elections. Having concluded the internal processes required to make them eligible to contest for the nomination of the party, I decided to hold this meeting to enable us deliberate together on issues of mutual interest pertaining to the unity, welfare, and strength of the party in the midst of competitive internal contest. I thank the 5 presidential aspirants, Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, Honorable Dr. Brian Achampong, MP, His Excellency Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, Honorable Dr. Yao Osei Adichum, MP, Engineer Kwabena Ajay Agyapong, the Minority Leader, Honorable Osahene Alexander Kwamina Afenyo Makin, MP, the former Chief of Staff, Honorable Akosua Frema Osei Opare, and the leadership of our party, Honorable Hakmando Usua Jiman, Chairman of the Council of Elders, Mr. Dankwa Smith Buti, Acting Chairman, Mr. Justin Kodua Frempong, General Secretary, for honoring my invitation and for the spirit of candor and camaraderie with which our deliberations were held. It's a way, semwa mampenda da nanado dan kwakufuado. Edibeto ne Facebook page so anope wo kire se oni sam penifo ambobo mu din nyina kuku da nyina hia ye ene ewo natena yim wo se wo hu se penifo no wo mu nyina go through processor e ma wo ho kwan se mu ntimi ni amanyuko nanim. Isi abra me no kase nipa 5 ya me bo wo mu din obia betimi abeye flagbearer e dia ma NPP amanyuko na mana ye ye nhede ni nipa ba ku bi on de obetimi aye. But when say on Get Connected, the catch us as delegate to Abano, Emma Yera Kennedy Agyapong, no medi party name. On Peniche said, and command a woman at the chain and say, quite ben on Befaswa, a year competition about the end, so assume you bet me a coso. Now be at me a canasem or quine persona fee, a very chino, and Cosam and Yuko, na, and Faniama, and Conco to their enye. Tia no home como, and I'm penny for the born and a penny, just a biaco ye kama. Our dear Sada Emma and Penny. It's in a rain for Nino. Colorful engagement and a course or team so anyway chia Obiano be a good engagement kama. So as a delegate, you shouldn't go out there and create a situation say as a Nema Giagore. It's a contest. We are choosing who can win power for the party and not just to destroy the party. Tia no any idea any munafi ya be kwano e dey atom watimi at o hwase ababi TV I kama. Easy. It means penifo achiachi na omu wie neja obia manipulate so na omo tete aduane ne. It was beautiful engagement na no pay to me a course kama na me catch us say yeru akofi tonto e dey nsem bia todwa. You just need to listen to Nensama Walker no. When say on this show no sometimes we decide to veer off nsem bia ekoso maybe o I say o kan ho asem then na ekoyenim so Tima yenko tie Yera Kofi Tonto aid de ma Yera Bawumia. Ne nsem bi okoka ye wo Asempa FM abro ne obi ehia ekosi sen. Okaka kan nsem bi che se enya de yebetimi de sobo ni nyina akobo Yera Bawumia economic mismanagement na ekoso wo the then NPP government ni mo na shared epo MPs nyina no supposed to take a responsibility for their course no. Sheda anya bone ha wa kan no but utie ekọ echi a sound quite be so we need to digest in some kind of ye. Nti ye fa Yera Kofi Tonto some of kind no. Na afi ye medi ho nkomo ye nko enim. But
today I wanted to put it on record. Say nobody can blame Yera Mahamudu Bawumia as the singular individual causing a defeat. That is an insult to the Ghanaian.
But because somebody can say ono so ka ho.
Me say make kasano. Me say collective because Bawumia is not a saint. He was part of decisions I take in your cabinet.
Very well.
It's like somebody telling me say Bawumia is in charge of the economy. No, I am member of parliament. We are member of parliament. You cannot blame Bawumia's economic management decisions and take yourself out because there is not a single economic decision that will go into the budget that a member of parliament will not have to vote on and approve on. 80 levy yet to K2B. e-levy, betting tax can to be. Sana Brian to be. Sana Duchun to be. All the Busia ye boy no. All the Busia na ye boy ya.
Na omunyina
parliament omunyina approval rules no.
Very well.
Enti sa wo be ka kire me economic management. Now ye member of parliament unless you have a record.
So you abstain from
that you abstain from all of these economic decisions, because all economic decisions come together under the budget. And let one of them tell me which budget they absented from. So Bawumia is part of the collective. Not once. In fact, on February 7th, 2024, our man first speech at UPSA, he admitted, say, baby, I free Benny. I was part of it. I played a role, and I was proud of the role I played. But I accept that there were challenges. Bawumia has never and will never take himself.
I was here 80 area coffee to someone or can no. But who tells someone or can first of all, no, young clear you. I'm not sure say in the conversations about Yera Bawumia any new role play in the then NPP government no. Obiaka said, as I say, I did blame Nina Emma, a former leader for the party, and I said, vice president of the then NPP government. They say, oh no, and of course, all the problem. I'm not sure that conversation I so baby. But people are calling on Yera Bawumia for ono ankasa ni nsembia wakai ne niema bia ono abekilimi ye say e wo the domain mu. Eno na nkrofasha se ebisa no ho say o can say nti eba ne say ene ye say. That is how our conversation it you obia no aga say as I say blame Bawumia nko a. That conversation is a non-starter. Obia ankansa. But empo no, in terms of economy ne sa niema ekọ ye ne de anko yie no, ye were chairman of economic management team or no enya ye emrana ye ni such a way say o mampenu betere konwa so ya sa afa ne de ma vice no hwe no nye ho adwuma ti e ba na economy ne ho nkomode a ye nya boso say kukuro na vice president nkoma ba, because that is how sometimes no I don't know recently said NDC amanyoko ne o mo de but we still believe say the vice president is the chairman or chairperson of the economic management team. But in Bawumia situation here or no ankasa babonti be chire mu say yeah they may buy because of the economy. Where 2017 o amamo no switch ya NPP ebeji tumi no no abegina pono chika say see ya de me Bawumia me ye in charge of economy bibia be ye ya mo minor timi tumpon bibia be hye ye no abeje economy na me ni economic management team no ye hia na wotwe bia adwendwen sem ho eye kra no throw shades e de ma NDC for say bra na omu akonwa so no bia nte omu economic management team kra di impoda na NPP abai de omu team omu de aba besi wono nya asem ketewa na no Bawumia da no omu ehia ye wura jambafo okeka nsem ni bebre enti eba na economy dia Ghana ni bia nkonkoda na bibia ebe koso kama so eno na ama Ghana ni ni kwan say o misa questions based on say dia wan kasa portray ho no eno ho ene ebisa ho nsem say wo kan say na eba ne sen na ye den. That is questions are the normal Ghanaian ni bisa. So it's not about say Ghana ni no say Yera Bawumia nko a NPP a mamu etwem no wo ye mfomso ni nyina there be obi ankasa. And Oto Asokra make another statement can say even MPs what parliament as I say we almost take responsibility for and nema anko yie wo MPP mamu a etwem. In a way no he is right because MPs also play a role. But there the real finish say MPs a role no any executive role. Say the Yera Bawumia kwabaka say ye first year ne manankasa because amamu na etwem no de na chese na steer ni nsem no your mate a driver's mate. Nya de no Christian nti o ka che the driver ne say driver ka chimko ni say the driver say mechima ba ontimi nka hwe. Ghana is running the presidential system of government. Nti to me ankasa ye didi o minus is vested in one person called the president. And an entire power nyina so ye hu adwuma from the presidency. Na Yera Bawumia o hobby so he's at the presidency or a part of cabinet BBA but o still ani ni nsem. So say Yera Kofito to ka say as I say MPs ni na just suboni bi more because budget near the parliament and say they are approving that the MPB in that regard he was just referring to you Kennedy Agyapong say ultimate train home free home but in that case kwa no kwan kada say Bawumia pe ene ye mfum so ni nyina baby okoye bia no opa delegate na chaw na chaw say generally no e dey rebre ankoye e previous administration and after elections of course no niam ankoye delegate in fanche ni enquire that is the conversation you Kennedy Agyapong okoba bia oye so that part no is off. And that idea say MPs nyina take responsibility no. Ye nyina nim how the legislative house of Ghana etie. With the whip system near the no. Say party ni decide say this is what we want to achieve. MPB our parliament will be and you're supposed to be in line. And it there na you were to person oka. MPB is supposed to be in line. Now osakra catch him we say we MP nke ye dey e-levy buy and one pension near there. I think I will make a statement and say one person and I say home every home. But you remember we made the can before say about a digital economy and say any year. And you can say the taxes be by from using digital means to do transactions. Oh yes, I pay a digital a transactions na form into an unbelieving BBI electronic living near the other home. A bra cabinet a say we decide to bring e-levy no. What statement then the Yoruba Bawumia and also on record say or catch a cabinet say on Jintum. We don't have any video to that effect. And if you can say our campaign, their clips are echo around that he is owning up to e-levy say Empono e-levy NPP are Germany the buy no crana na 1% near the NDC so buy no or also the doom so levy near but it means he is owning it. Says our discussion the cost of cabinet he was in there and he supported. It is a BBA bandani edin command ebisa questions as Ghanaians as MPP delegate about economic mismanagement a course so and I said 1 or 2 near be a course where economy man ko ya o say my me say Bawumia na ye ko bisa MPs my me say Bawumia na ye misa delegate ye misa why as I say we take responsibility of economic mismanagement ye ko tie Bawumia ebra MPP to me 2017 how a portray a picture yes say he is in charge of the economy with the economic management team I are forming now no Ghana is good to go yen kwani go tie no na fi yen famesi e return to asema working so.
We thank the Almighty God for delivering this country to us as a party to govern and also for delivering our economy from the throes of economic mismanagement. President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the NPP promised the nation that our government will transform the economy by ensuring that we replace incompetence with competence in the management of the economy. I must say, ladies and gentlemen, without any fear of contradiction, that President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has indeed replaced incompetence with competence in the management of our economy. One man or one person cannot manage an economy. The president had to put together a team. And when I look at colleagues seated in discussion during cabinet meetings and other meetings with ministers, it is just humbling to see the galaxy of competent men and women that the president has assembled. Furthermore, when I look at the economic management team, it is quite clearly a fantastic team. Professor Jambafo, Dr. Akotose, Dr. Afriye Akoto, Honorable Alan Chiramanting, Boachi Ejaku, Ken Oforiata, Senior Minister Yao Osafo Mafu. What a solid team. In fact, can anyone remember the NDC economic management team? am sure. I'm sure they themselves cannot remember who their economic management team was. Kukrudu, fellow Kukrudites, we were elected to fix the problems, and I'm glad to report that we are fixed.
Well, I was here when this so we can video mono. We 2017, so just a quick reminder. Said the beya yeru akofito to ne nkomo na oni edi no. Obetimi put in contest na afi nyina timate ho ase. So it shouldn't be say you are just making statement out there. We yeru Bawumia 2017. Abra your former economic management team. That was the posture. That was the picture. That was the idea. And he made an emphatic statement. Said President Nana Danko Akufo-Addo are replacing an incompetent team with a competent one. And nipa ba ntimi manage the economy. So this is the management team for the economy at Yediaba now. And he was supposed to be the chairman of that team. That team no enable your minor free economic misfortunes as abeni womb. The ABC baby. That was the posture. And that is the conversation. Bawumia expansiate here. So now you bisa questions to that effect. He said, "You told to sign back actually after so no aid. Am I Bawumia on any share de bia din komo and then ebobo nsem ho no sign be ka say as I said NPP. Am you couldn't take blame no for the economic mismanagement. Where was Yeru Akofito to Abraham Yeru Bawumia? Ejina podium so ana all making this statement. Where was Yeru? I'm sure say he was around because you see to whom much is given, much is expected. Ya catch or say ya do over because of the economy. And I want you to say okay, maba. Uba ni a former team amount, and you are now so proud and bold. Say obeti Ejina bedroom. Other team ne di actually the person way. We video we ko echi or to so kwa say the economic management team omushia week bia. Say the be ya bia for economy no hono. Emfa a year team than so. So that was it. Ajima na team ne don't know. Eti amamu de etoda enema sisi said there dey be na mpanifo bi mu chemu say unforeseen circumstances bi ne ma hudo bi e be bobom COVID-19 ne Russia Ukraine so many things happen and a man nema bebre na ejigu ya ama nema nkoye. So now the only thing you can do Bawumia and the entire team is to own up to it. Say you can way but enema nko said there so that the Ghanaian will understand so okay I didn't the OG to mu say wo ye but anye ye. What you say? Because you over far dollar, you find say 4 cedis. Every chain was around 16 cedis. Baby cross 17 cedis. They be American because Bank of Ghana rate no, and yet the same rate now they return dollar no market. How many people can go to Bank of Ghana and buy dollar or foreign currencies from Bank of Ghana? So definitely no over back commercial banks now only ma be delay. So the rate it be moka 17 yeah, that was it. So there was a problem. You own up to it now. If you watch it, now if you return to the name MPs near the wouldn't say MPs. They are legislated. They are also legislators. Omuyamra to honor to yeah they are the ban or can want them. And every cabinet is the president's decision of which era Bawumia also can. See era Akufo-Addo to. I think so that conversation you know, it shouldn't start. So what started so I say we'll get to fact right. Go back and watch all these videos. And son what be throwing him be Eddie Agum from my mama. I could see me to say I say is it generalized in such a way says it's so beyond in Debbie. There were key people tasked to do specific things. And no any ebisa ho akuntabu. And no the obia ho kwan so obi say Bawumia about the economy. And I'm sure he's also now ready, bold and confident to answer all these questions. And yet because we're here Bank of Ghana, he understands the economy of Ghana very well. You first common into na be what a solid team. So and then if there's an issue now you can't be sent someone, it shouldn't be generalized. Yeah, man, yes, dear say na free and far and conco kama. So na and there ma NCC na kwemo. For messages no, any comment no, echo YouTuber, Get Connected TV. Get Connected TV. Okwa, once a video no live. You can cross subscribe to the channel. Also subscribe we are. Once a video no oko comment section. Wa comment the go. share video no mo obi a ono so wa ma no ne otika mu ko baby obi a on many TV sesi ana afi ono so ntimi enjoy the show no kama na bibia enkoso kama na ye be wram na afi a survey no na ene survey we am akuroma wo so papa e wo say this is not the first time Evans Dua ede survey ni biaba odi can drop pay back. I think that was in August and or the back by now we no eba abe reinforce or more idea no we can establish what August ne say niam tie na say niam asesa no ena or the report by and or ne yesem chofo share etwetwe nkomo echechiri mu report no maka just say bi o ha so we go through the report and now fe nyina we said ya o si echechi mu faaye ma yewura Kennedy Agyapong a lady. The conversation is all over. One kasa so as delegate we said ya kroma yehye na yewura Kennedy Agyapong the energy no afọ baby no I think said this survey really speaks to the issues on the grounds. Tie na be na afi ya bo ho enkomo. Whilst I get reporting ready for you to also have glimpse of it. No one said that they are material no. Here konen ko tie Dr. Evans Dua bra na wo chechirim survey na wo ye ne niam a wo gina so ene said ya ensem esitiem. There's another video so ana ensem twofo ebisa ne say now you ready a yenim say wo ye NPP ni. It is say wo ye NPP ni no akwaye wo survey na wa ye ne bia na yewura Kennedy Agyapong open ansem wa ntina mo akwaye survey na favor no na wo say there be wo ye NPP ni na both yewura Bawumia ene yewura Ken camp no afre ne say ka womra eme service ema wo mo but don't timi taking the decision so obekọ A and B and also okay say there be ya emfo na ni so no nkasa be neutral na wa ye service na hu be bia ene ma echo and ama wo ye survey no but anya say o ya ma yewura Ken na o ya ma yewura Bawumia o say mpunka o be ya ma obi a esen ka yewura Bawumia because last elections no people saw him around with yewura Bawumia but this is the fact said in some tier any delegate in some one more can kasa. So you have first one, Abra no church report in no. Now if you for the second video no, Abra na ye bisa the question say, and your bias been a whole year or sign church we are they will come to the report and go through the report. Now you know BB area film.
But in September we are seeing a sharp change with some of them, and I would share them with you right out. So as you can see, in the worst case scenario, we have an Honorable Kennedy Agyapong doing a 44.11%. This is against what he did in August, which was a 41.73%. Now, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, who did a 39.09% in August, has also improved slightly from 39.09 to 39.51. So, Honorable Kennedy Agyapong has increased significantly. And Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia has also increased, but marginally. And then we have Dr. Champon, who has actually decreased as compared. He was around, the previous one was around 11.34%, and now he's doing a 6.28%. Then Dr. Yawase Duchum, who was doing a 2.71% in August, is now doing a 3.19%. And Kennedy Agyapong, who did a 0.34%, is actually doing a 0.86%. So you could see that almost 4 out of 5 candidates have all in a way significantly improved. And this is what has been extrapolated and projected based on the total population size. So we are looking at, in the worst case scenario, we're having a situation where none of these candidates is crossing the 50+1. It means that as it stands, then there is a situation that can happen that there could be a probable runoff if things should stand as this way. However, based on the number of, so if you look at it carefully over here, we have here being 94% of the worst case scenario, because the undecided and undisclosed are forming 6% to make it 100%. Is that okay? So now what happens is that in the best case scenario, we see one of the candidates crossing the 50+1. And if as at the September polls, and please, I always say this is not predictive. It is actually just a snapshot as at a period. As at September, if there is any candidate that can cross the 50+1, then it is Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. And we are looking at a 53.8%. Then Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia actually drops, because most of the people who voted for him maybe in 2023 Most of them are in the undecided and undisclosed, and they are really looking at where they will stand. Dr. Assin Agyapong gains from 6.28 to 8.27. Dr. Agyapong gains from 3.19% to 4.39. And Kennedy Agyapong moves from the 0.83, because he was doing 0.34 in August. He's moved to 0.8 from the 0.83, because he was doing 0.34 in August. He's moved to 0.86 and into 8 to 8.27. Dr. Agyapong gains from 3.19% to 4.39. And Kennedy Agyapong moves from the 0.83, because he was doing 0.34 in August. He's moved to 0.86, and in the best case scenario can move to 1.33.
Okay, so I'm an NPP member. I am actually an interested party. Now, being an interested party here is a matter of within the NPP, what are the delegates actually saying? So the first polls that we did, if you looked at all my media engagement or my public engagement, it was the fact that Camp A had called me, Camp B had called me. And I needed to make a decision if I'm joining Camp A or Camp B. The research was done for my own decision. In other words, with no engagement with Camp A or with Camp B. And then I went on to do, so the first one we did was 8,000, which was not public. And then I increased it further to 20,000. And when I did the 8,000, I saw some pattern I had not expected. Then I went to 20,000. Then I saw that same pattern. That is when we made it public. As of today, have I decided? Not yet, because as I mentioned, it's not predictive. It is actually as at a period. So I did a second one with my team. And the reason why we did a second one was to realize that, are we having the same winning team winning again? Because I need to make a decision. And eventually, I can say it on record. I have not taken any penny, and anybody who knows me very well. Credibility is very important when it comes to some of these things. Do I have friends in Camp A? Yes, I have friends. Do I have friends in Camp B? Yes, I have friends. Do I have friends in Camp C, Camp D? I have friends because I'm an NPP member. And in fact, if there is any bias, I came from the root of John Kuma. I was more like a friend or an aide to John Kuma. So if you know where John Kuma stands, then there's a certain camp John Kuma was with. And anybody who saw, even during the December, I did videos campaigning vigorously for Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. So if anything, there is a camp that I may be identified with already. However, I decided not to do Camp A, Camp B. But let's objectively, and I'll quote Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia for this. We should be driven by data. And if I'm to make a decision, and I'm making a decision on something, then I need to make it based on data. So therefore, we go and then we go to do the research. Now, what are the biases that can happen in some of these research? The biases are very simple. You go and do such a research, and if anybody has paid you for it, you'd want to do that in favor of that person.
I was wanting Dr. Evans Dia, and I'll tell you, Casse or Church and Simon, way a near and you made in a course, Abra, or then a report no Eba Monte. My guy said, we have the report here. Now, and someone, the entire man heard 2 videos. Now, I think the same conversation will be out there. Say, oh, we bet me a bobby part, no, I could be adiaba, abe favor. And on a year, no HHM. I think before no, the camera executive summary of report, no survey, no over executive summary now. A bit more the entire picture of the all can one seven now. So you will get to understand and seminal. And this is data according to Yerano. If you more why I backed by data, almost called grounds. And I call gather something. But I so say, and yet Ghana phobia no mudin come. They spoke with delegate, NPP delegate about Twaba, 31st January, you know. It will be end of fire on the ATB SHA and Como. And executive summary no. So we'll go through the report now for ATB. I said yeah, AC at here. Last video no. The opposite of children and say, or your MPP name up or MPP among you could name. Name no survey way away no ye. I will only deem as a doctor. I would name Jishemu and one said the data is it here. So we wanted to go out there and get energy na wabonte no say dey sitie any nipa delegate no e person wo mo e decide man no no call ya akọ ehwehwemu e dey ho report aba impossible will be a fine. Honey, hear me, pa. Nipa esen kote kona afa yewura Bawumia enye yewura Ken. But the survey no show say yewura Ken or grounds yewura Bawumia. So people should get it. Ono ankasa na numuton no. So yen court data no so na fe yen executive summary no. Then we go through it na yen na yen court note emrani ma kwan na for adwenchebra. So you have the entire document no ha. So this is it. Mo amunya access to a survey na yewura no eka ho asem. This is the report. And or the Ebabonte over title now. See the NPP presidential primaries report September to October 2025. My catch so the kind first survey August. I no show you say you Ken every the kind. And there was a year or say Augusto year because I can't beat you about 20 basso. So the person who's a signer and Yama AC Echo and Kasa to Yanko executive summary hono a hot and an answer and same way in a war. Okay, so there be energy. You have introduction a crack. Now if you moving more executive summary no now if you share or say introduction and our background of new or no or say this follow up poll conducted between mid-September and the first week of October 2025 builds directly on the August 2025 baseline to capture evolving delegate sentiment within the new Patriotic Party NPP ahead of its presidential primaries. The primary goal was to measure changes in candidate support, regional alignment, and the strength of the undecided and undisclosed delegates following intensified campaign activities. Or say when we say campaigns, no, and why then will be any abre, or any campaign then. Until or against the next so back, SMB September, October, there will who your August no. Sabia campaigns na ye will be any abre or born to one. Enema asesa na nneema te de tie na ene ma o yes asabi we a ene ode hunsunsan so ede aba o say the analysis focuses on identifying shifts in delegate preferences, regional concentrations of influence, and the strategic balance between leading contenders. Inti leading contenders ohwema yewura Bawumia and afi so do honorable Kennedy Agyapong wo mo ene lead o so person or way energy no now rest am penifo mi enu say okọ grounds a san pa eneti eba no regional base na regions no e move towards a direction bi ana eno ena ma o yes survey no na o say the survey na o no sample data o use ye nie ya na ho hia pa o ye research bi ana say survey sample data no very important nipa do say na no mkasai o fa o mu free hin ye hwe e komodo say under sample data collection, the total population of certified delegates stood at 204,893. To also far NPP delegate on Betwaba 31st January. Over crater anymore. It's about 204,893 people. Any bit me at Twaba. Ewo womo crater. Now, Yantuas was a target sample of 26,150 delegates. Represented 12% or 12.76% of or was drawn to ensure adequate representation across all 16 administrative regions. Ti o say nipa ebeto aba ewo abato edi NPP man yokonanim ewo January mu no about 204,000 any ebi egu achire. Nti se person review mu na ati ase ye so fa nipa no ne kwan bi so na ati ase. Ti o so fa nipa about 26,000 ene odi enhwe mu no hwe mu a na se nipa beto aba ne delegate ni mu be se 12% and wa for mu a obisabisa wo mu ensem or say of this number 19,868 delegates, which is 76%, participated successfully, while 6,282 representing 24% were unreachable, unavailable during the polling period. So I say I need 26,000 and so idea one with 19,000 and a trip in commo 19,000 there. It's a friend almost free almost 5. So almost fear no more call ya almost 2 but a mu there's 6,000 there almost friend one man fa e bi so ho one so yes one kasa kra so ultimate fa ne nka survey no e ma ne nye nti out of that about 74% no and 76% no and no so no gina ya or the year analysis na or ye ni nyina wasan kwa chimo see data collection was conducted by a team of 120 trained field officers operating under strict supervision and audit protocols. Ti ose nipa bese 120 and omo fa omo a omo egi data no. To omo na ni delegate ni kasa ye. Ebisa omo say, "Hey, abato no eba o. Na sesi a wo to ama hwan. Na de enti na wo to ama sa nipa yi. Ose nipa 120. Omo train wo yie pa. Na ja wo ma wo right supervision ebetimi aboa. Ama chese adna mo ye no etimi akoso kama. Nti se wo doubt say o delegate na kasa na say oboni sire mu a o say there o mo any delegate na kasa nipa 120 ene kwa bonten ekoye saa hwehwemu no na wo report and say survey na wa chemienu o say worst case scenario and afi best case scenario the nti awaye ni saa na chese on say data ena wafa every a larger data set mu nti nipa 200,000 and over ena ekoto aba no ena wafa nipa ni mu 26,000 nti what the 26,000 ni gina ho e dey ama entire 204,000 ni nyina said there 26,000 e kan no because wafa nipa na fi all the regions from different backgrounds nti say wo mo kan say there and say largely no say pepepe ena ebesi akwafa na se na ebe ya ono ankasa ne on na ada ne ho nti no waye ne say ekoba ne say nipa na ye no mo kasa de o mo kan ne ahode o mo de kan no sa pepe na tie de a say ene beye ena yenya abotre kakra oni enhwe ade ebi nso ana nipa no de o mo kan enko sa pepe nti yentete so yentete ahode na o mo de kan no is a nipa 20 na say o mo pe ye wura Kennedy Agyapong a yemfa ne say nipa ofa nipa 204,000 na emu be se kota pe o mbe chem dodo na 7 ne kan ye no o mbe chem o mete so bofom na si mu te say wo man kasa bre ahode na se ena ye worst case scenario no na nkoba ne so mo ha o mani too much o mu wie so na o mafa de o mu bisa delegate o mu kan dan kasa nso e de agina ho nti ena ye worst case na afi best case so on say na commodity nti worst case no numbers ne beba na afi best case no so numbers aba sa pepe na sa survey ya enumre ye di ho nkomo no etie ti yenhwe sa situation na o de to ho no na ye ni ho nkomo se scenario construction to saka document dey awo kan ya say na be abetima tell to address uncertainty in delegate pooling. 2 scenario models were constructed and I make ho asem no ono ankasa create 2 situations. First one was worst case scenario no or say allocations were computed under conservative assumptions say yen ha ye ni bebre de nipa ne kan no se nipa ne kan 5 a yen fa ne se yen tibi mfum ne yen ne 3 na ankoyete ase ye ha ye ni agina de dodo because nipa adwen 80% yen fa ne 3. That was the conservative assumption, minimizing favorable responses for each candidate ti omotete obia ho den delegate ne kan ne so. That's the worst case scenario no or say this scenario approximates outcomes if undecided or undisclosed delegates ultimately break against leading candidates or remain uncommitted. Nti nipa ni bi kura wo man kasa ebi mo so kire sa bi wo mo shedan si gina ye nti wo mo nyina no ya fa ne se ye mo de ne na okakransa na ye nko best case scenario no ye mfo mo nyina nka ho because normally no so obi kase undecided ya ene na akwanya so obekọ asumasi afa no e wo soro ana so obekọ ha no omo sa analysis no so ti ye best case scenario no or see best case scenario allocations were computed under optimistic nti si ane de wo ma ha wo mani said the delegate ne kano wo mo GD optimistic assumptions maximizing favorable distributions. This scenario approximates outcomes if undecided and undisclosed respondents disproportionately align with leading candidates. It is a see no mo amo kan say ye ni bibia ka for now munya abotre mai later na ye be decide ene omo nso so omo kan say omo nkasa no seven ne kire say okay say mo nkasa na say mo decide dia ye de mo madwe nkire ni nyina ekoka nipa ye fa worst case scenario no di kan de ko candidate no na ahwede ye besi nti ene na ye best case scenario no omo nkasa ene wo mo nkire madwe nyina no seven no e de wo mo akoka nipa na o lead wo worst case ni de no say ye fa ne say mo nkasa de ene mo di nipa na o lead na chi omo de ko kan ho ne say na enema no ekoye. So that is conversation ono ankasa so criticize ne ho survey na o ye no enema bi o ha entimi nkoyie e be man kofo atimi adalt ono abobo so limitations no say enema bi e be ma ne survey no kofo atimi akasa fa ho no o say non responses bias ono adi ka chem say nipa no best 6,000 o man kasa nti ontimi fa ngina ho ma 26,000 nyina nti about 24% o man kire o madwen nti nipa na nkasa dia na jese ontimi mfa na adwen kire no enka ho na regional homogeneity or so for regions nyina say regions nyina ebedwen one way but obaga na abatuma regions nyina andwen one way ebi wo ho a wo mo ewo afa ebi mo bi afa ebi mo so o mo decide o mo ye floating te say bunu is ne some regions oti on be twan abato ne ya beben wa na fi o mo decide na fi wani su chim ti o so on the offer ne say regions nyina adwen the same enti one way so na wakwakoye from so but that is how I adwen today enko enim na afi no yenkohwe eye sunsuanso na nkasa because bre no 80 said e be ya ebetimi abobobom na yakọ enim nti yenko national level results eno na obobo so ewo video na mede e kire no emu so this is the actual document and na okinkan ewo ho no wose ne hwehwemu a woye in the worst case and best case wafa worst case no na best case ma kire worst case no say worst case no otete emane so na best case no so opagam omo a oman kire omadwen ne omo manfa ko ni odo mu nyina akokan nipa na odi kan e wo west ni mu no o de kokan ne de no hwede e besi so in the worst case no yera Kennedy Agyapong enya 90,369 nti wafa NPP delegate beto aba ni nyina o de 26,000 na gina ho ma mu nyina say yeto aba ne ne ya yera Kennedy Agyapong ebenya 90,369 ohwemu a o de ba percentage ma obenya 44.11%. na chese nyaade otiminya 50+1 no ene yewura Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia ono so benya 80,956 eno so the percentage mo a ebe 39.51% ono so entimenya 50+1 no any other contenders no so ha Dr. Brian Achampo ebenya 12,000 representing 6 omunyina wasia but let's focus on two leading ones no in the best case scenario no abra wodi omo man kasa ni nyina ekoka nipa odi kan in this case yewura Kennedy Agyapong odi kan ne de no yewura Ken ebenya 110,226 representing 53.80%. sabe de watinya cross 50+1 no nti in this best case no na yewura Ken edi kan ewa battle with 53% yebetimi declare no as leader and as a flag bearer for the party. Bawumia situation no obenya 65,996 representing 2.21% of a year decisions na delegate no ekaye no na also we dey compare August survey na yewura Ken ne de na banani best 9.69% and yewura Bawumia so de no atia bafom best 7.3% which is a negative score. Ti sabe no we said their grounds are ICC according to this survey. Delegate no till more to yewura Bawumia camp. Yewura Kennedy Agyapong camp. Sorry, more na free yewura Bawumia camp because previous one no na yewura Bawumia numbers no was so saying dia wanya sesia no. Say swati hwim abafom. It could be say be a campaigner ekoso no and said their grounds there no delegate no moving more towards yewura Kennedy Agyapong. And yewura Bawumia so numbers no bafom. So that is the situation with the best case, any worst case scenario no. Yeah, quick enough you say betimi have regional breakdowns now because a ban elections for Ghana na regional no obia interested pa ewum. Say na regions no echo. So regional level results best and for worst case scenario sa table you know so ti is a mobiem kakra so dey be viewers ni betimi hu niye. So in the worst case scenario no yewura dua kire say ye to aba ni wi say e na ozu say regional no ebetimi akoso say ne ya na ye to aba ne dia in the worst case scenario where you omo man kasa na frim e na afi watete numbers ne so aba from okwa Ashanti regional yewura Kennedy Agyapong o say obenya 15,112 yewura Bawumia benya 13,788 that is say ohwe emu a na say in the worst case no yewura Kennedy Agyapong bedim kunu Ashanti region oba ahafo nso a yewura Kennedy Agyapong benya 1,899 yewura Bawumia ebenya 1,809 na ye say in this situation worst case no so yewura Ken ebe we ne ahafo region oba Bono regional yewura Ken ebenya 3,702 and afi yewura Bawumia ebenya 3,064 ɛhɔ nso na kyɛ Bono region so no survey ne kyerɛ sɛ in the worst case no yɛwura Ken ɛbɛwɛ ne Bono region wɔ Bono East region yɛwura Ken ɛbɛnya 3,028 na yɛwura Bawumia ɛnya 3,477 nti na kyerɛ Bono East region no yɛwura Bawumia ɛbɛwɛ ne based on this report. Central region yɛwura Ken ɛbɛnya 11,799 na yɛwura Bawumia ɛnya 5,093 ɛhɔ so yɛwura Ken ɛbɛwɛ ne. Eastern region Ken ɛbɛnya 8,084 yɛwura Bawumia ɛbɛnya 3,954 na yɛ Eastern so no yɛwura Ken ɛbɛwɛ ne. Over Greater Accra region based on this report no yɛwura Ken ɛbɛnya 19,863 na afei so yɛwura Bawumia ɛnya 15,333. North East yɛwura Bawumia mpesua so yɛwura Ken ɛbɛnya 152 na yɛwura Bawumia nya 3,003 na yɛ sɛ ɛhɔ no so yɛwura Bawumia bɛwe no no ani mpesua so okɔ northern so according to this report yɛwura Ken in the worst case ne ɛbɛnya 2,951 na afei yɛwura Bawumia ɛnya 7,206 so the north to yɛwura Bawumia ɛbɛwe in the worst case scenario. Oti region so no yɛwura Ken ɛbɛnya 1,812 yɛwura Bawumia ɛnya 2,160. Savannah yɛwura Ken ɛbɛnya 1,338 na afei yɛwura Bawumia so ɛnya 2,061. Okɔ Upper East region so yɛwura Ken ɛbɛnya 2,726 na afei yɛwura Bawumia so ɛnya 4,191. So all the northern regions based on what I'm reading no yɛwura Bawumia is winning all the northern region. Oba Upper West nso ɛhɔ na nanu yɛ ɔkɔ yɛ ɔne delegate ɛkɔtwetwe nkɔmɔ no ɛhɔ so no yɛwura Ken ɛbɛnya 1,405 yɛwura Bawumia 4,249. That's also from a year Upper West region. Voter region yɛwura Ken ɛbɛnya 6,602 na yɛwura Bawumia ɛnya 4,025. And that's a voter region. So the yɛwura Ken will win voter region based on the report. Western region, yɛwura Ken ɛbɛnya 6,746. Na yɛwura Bawumia ɛnya 5,370. Western North, yɛwura Ken Western North, Western North. Yɛwura Ken ɛbɛnya 3,170. Yɛwura Bawumia ɛnya 2,173. In total no ɛna ɔkeka bɔ mu a ɔde egyina. So in the worst case scenario no, oti mo say yɛwura Ken is winning the southern part of Ghana, the middle and the southern part of Ghana. But yɛwura Bawumia so ahoɔden no ɛwɔ the northern part of Ghana. That is in the worst case scenario. We can't speak to the best case scenario, no, but you are getting the picture based on said here report no aircon. Until best case scenario no so ɛwɔ ha. So I'm sure we will publish this report on our Facebook page so that you can go there and get it. The way data any didn't come yɛwura Bawumia we need to speak to data. And yes, so on Get Connected, we are speaking to data as presented by Era Evans, dear doctor. Now you TB at and so that is it. Now Obama regional share ewa the rest of regions no say na AC echo why na airway region bang. I think say based on what I presented no you already have an idea. In the best case scenario no dear Yera Ken out of the 16 regions no I think say he's winning about 12 of them. In the best case no yɛwura Ken ɛwɛ about 12 of them ti yɛwura Bawumia deɛ ɛna yɛ highlights ɛwɔ light is it blue or something I think light blue color yɛwura Bawumia deɛ no these are the regions based on the survey no yɛwura Bawumia ɛwɛ so you can see Bono East in the worst case scenario but in the best case scenario no yɛwura Ken ɛwɛ Bono East abira wɔn man kasa so most of the people in Bono East abira wɔn yɛ survey no fɛ wɔn man kasa. So almost to say one kasadia, they will take your results to deeper only, and see what will happen. In the best case, yɛwura Bawumia is losing Bono East, but in the west no, or when Bono East. So you can see from this image and now understand how our more data no it's here. So 12 regions out of the 16 for yɛwura Kennedy or Kennedy Agyapong in the best case scenario. So you can just go in there. Watch them come crojing ama enema etimi aye crojing. We a bar chart of worst case any best case scenario no. It's over red and blue lines na wahana. This represents a graphical image of Sedia Ozuse Enema ABC Ako. Uwe mudinya changes are happen. Ebra we in the last survey, you know. Ene. Dia baby aye geni baby aye when. So I think it's very, very interesting. You can just go in there and check. Yeah, right, baby a Ghana map in the one. So these maps also represent regions, no, in the worst case, any best case. Baby aye ra ken ahoden wo. Ena baby aye ra Bawumia so ahoden wo. Nti o maps na enye. First one no worst case no. Ena other one na wo Ghana map ne wa no. The best case. So they can in the worst case no. Yera Bawumia we ni Bono East. O ha se ha. Nti ase Ghana no ya chemu mienu. Ase ha ni nyina Yera Kennedy Agyapong we ni based on this report. Ena esoro nyina so Yera Bawumia we ni. But one interesting thing is Ghana ha no population no quite centered middle and southern. Nti we survey bi na obi ahoden southern part of Adena. Be careful because over Ashanti region kwa numbers no. So if somebody is wearing Ashanti region, somebody is wearing Greater Accra, you should shake because so north the numbers are not too huge. If you wait about winning all the 5 northern regions, but still you lose the election. See, I know any picture that's one. But in the best case, you can as you moving upwards, or we're moving upwards, but we up anymore. And it's just only the 5 northern regions per. Any Bawumia in this graphical illustration what we screen no so no. This is data any idea cast when you raise not just rhetorics and kasa keke and then you kasa will get connected based on yera events dia ne hwehwe mu a waye any ne factor what check across the length and breadth of this country regions nyina and what delegates are saying this time here you home or the IS7. So you can just go and grab the report. I think it's about 22 pages. Wait till I go through now for what data in say. But this is the best explanation I can give you from the report. No? And your video will be here, bro. It's what the data says and the young has presented their mouth. So you take your decision. Now be to be so come on. Ti enche be lines now man wa fraba so. Now do adwenche no e dia ba. Na here to me come. But before we will do that no, you Ken eko pie mo wale unim se de benye wale wale anesa se northeast one era Bawumia mpesu so na o kan se me that's very interesting o che sa abato ba ko na ekoso anko yi kra kwan ya wale for the fast no anko yi ti afu de osoro mo se wo munye bibi ye heard that video ni we na afi ya Ken na ni so adi ho a odi tudwa no ba unim se era Ken ni some of kan ye wo north se Ghana for Eman through NPP delegates, no be Mampenia, or the ministries in the core regions are hold on, so they be getting closer to what they really need to do. Sansem no Ghana for some, it's making it onto the front pages of most of the newspapers. When I'm now can someone you carry waiter, the newspapers, the media will pick it up. Oh, where the other side of the aisle, we are not getting information from that. You're running some no, it's on the front pages. And media houses are discussing it. Say the ministry circle regions, saying the BCI Alpha. Expert nature said that is the best thing to do, and it's very interesting. So we watch that video too. But before the Yanko Wale, a brand new Kennedy Agyapong, any delegate or Kobo. There are some, you're from release stress kakana, you phone lines na for doing cheba.
Mr. Chairman, constituency executives, former constituency executives, council of elders, patrons, electoral area coordinators, and polling station executives, good evening. And the youth, good evening. The last time I was here, and I was welcome very well, just as you have done today. But when the results came, I had 0% out of constituency executives. 855. You gave me 0. I hope this time. And Chairman, You gave me 0. And you know I didn't get 0. But they massage it and put 0 there. This time, I know for sure you are not going to give me 0. Like the chairman said, we are one people. I know Dr. Bawumia is your brother, your father, your uncle, everything. So I don't have a problem. But at least give me 25 to 30%. Because Central Region, they gave him 37%. Just as Chairman said. So this time around, give me 25 to 30%. The land God has given us. Why God brought you to this place is a blessing. But we don't have people, leaders who are businessmen to show us the way to utilize our land to make money. Mr. Chairman, constituency executives, former constituency executives, council of elders, patrons, electoral area coordinators, and put.
Now let me show you this. My brother, we are here as a country. We have pineapple in abundance. We have coconut in abundance. I bought this from a supermarket in Sunyani. And look at it yourself. If it's locally produced or is imported. How? Imported. Yeah, so this simple thing. You mean we cannot produce it ourselves?
Yes, so this is important.
Right, and we are spending money to go and import this. Look, this. If you are Muslim, this is what you need. This is sparkling wine and non-alcoholic, made from pineapple and coconut. See for yourself. And all these are imported. Look, chocolate. We produce cocoa over 100 years, and we still import this.
This is very serious.
This is what I'm talking about. I have some of them, they left, they forgotten. It's coming. Yam chips. You are here. You produce yam. We don't have one storage facility here. I have a technology from Holland, a company called Grassroots. You can store yam for 8 months. I want the listeners to believe in me, because in Europe, America, they have one season, the summertime. They produce potatoes in abundance and they store them for 8 months. So every day when you go to supermarket and you want potatoes, you get it. Why can't we do the same? It's the same technology. Like these air conditions, it's like blowers. So if I'm the president, I'll make sure first I move Ministry of Agriculture to Tamale specifically. Some are asking, how are you going to do it? My brother, from here, go to Tamale and see the regional administration. It's so huge and it's underutilized. We are going to divide it into two, Ministry of Agric and regional administration. Then as time goes on, we build administration or structures for Ministry of Agric. The advantage is people will now be moving. Anybody who wants to do a great transaction will come to the north. Okay? Will come to the north. There will be demand for housing. Contractors or investors will come in to build. And when they are building, carpenters, masons, plumbers, arc welders, tilers, painters, or electricians, all these guys are going to get jobs. This is how we can create employment for our youth of this country. Everything is saturated in Accra or centered in Accra.
Tia wusia yera Kennedy Ohene Agyapong and ni so di ho di akire no. Because our conversation it was hard. Call down ankasa nkofo abohon komo ama otimu say papa no wani so di hu. The answer delegate of NPP betwaba edama yera Kennedy Ohene Agyapong na wetimi abedi NPP amanyo konanim. Na fe elections day in 2028 no. Wetimi agina bra na agitumi ama the NPP party because in some of can ideas now or the go from no yeti ma onfasa ideas we na enkonkotena nchen kwa Ghana needs to have conversations surrounding some of work no therefore no nya adwuma hwe na o man no entumpon mayama akwa na before adwenche bra anwumre or get connected show yi so na bibia entumi enkoso so for comment no call YouTube you can do it now o call YouTube search it at GetKennectedTV, once a live no elho. You can subscribe we are koja comment no to you be ready at the amount in due time. I will show you snap be to me I come. But now no you activate phone lines now man afraid we adwen chaba show ne so. Na feel no ye koye ni man no. Komo be ni abo ha. Ya person o kan wa adwen che no na o dey abre. Numbers no e wo screen so friend na ba so oni mamamre no. You can say get connected no aju so obi anya obi a. Tie ni ye. Get connected o so obi anya obi a. O can we are na fe no do adwenkyere e de to aso e de amaye e wo dwumade no eso e ti activate phone lines with TV na se na fe phone numbers no na frɛ na braso obaso a ye no ebetimi atwetwe enkomo on the show na bibia tibi aye kama ama eno so hetibi akoyie eti the numbers are activated o wetimi the messages no so abreye wo YouTube video no ase o de breye na ye betumi akenka ho na bibia tibi akoso na chese no so ensem no na yenko ahoma ne so na ye ne Ghana for etimi entwetwe enkomo get connected mini awa ahoma ne so get connected obi anyo bodi na enti o
e fa cho mi do ede kwame
enti o
nkatofi atimodara
ye ti o kwame
if I say Ankasa Media, as I'm the credit back of it. My dad, you try lawyer, you try and when you phone the system businessman Ankasa, clear for so you man. I'm not the ones to be shame of, but it's been young for so everything else. And we are for Ken. Grassroots funded, we are for Ken.
My mention as we grassroots no so they decide who leads. Get connected. Many our homan so not can get connected. Many our homan so get connected.
Obi
anyobia body dey tell.
If I need that because if we come tonight,
my tell.
Aha. Kennedy Agyapong Agyapong maybe name all in na me poato aye correct o kano plano no me bon pa ye 2018 nyame ya adom na delegate no amon to man no me yo ma penny wo Ghana me da mo say
yes you that's we so ba so bini wa man so get connected. I was your team get connected. Meanwhile, our man so team get connected.
Hello.
Beto Kabusu, get connected. Obi anyobia, body and etio.
What some is the car from Cassette Coco?
Yeah, Tumina.
In Cassette Coco.
My entio, Tiamo phone in Casawai, Casamitio.
But come outside the Kenya. Let's show some of them are done at home. That is coming out to Kenya and from I am very good one. Maybe no more discard, no more attack, for it. Yeah, coming to Canadian, we should do more of Ghana.
But Mr. Benassi, so basso. Meanwhile, our man so get connected.
Obia nyobia seven nyobia so she abrobia fa na ho adwena wie
bodi na yetio
Any family brand management free at Jurassic and Massey. Early campaign, then a year more Jumawa. And then normal way actually, in fact, on many years. Yeah, so the actually a very wide Jumatin. Said the boat new best are like Caton, and no die and Cotraba, and said Kennedy more than best 57 to 56%. Yeah, we said Ghana for Penamba, because this is a better lawyer, a better politician, a businessman. Initiative to try to carry the show, some Sapphire Juma, waiting the edge. Yamadas, winning Yaman.
Bamas when asked me when I am council. I wish you get connected.
Yeah, you'll be a.
Obia, you'll be a body and it too. Yanko.
But you starting not my
My nasty be brave. Meaning I want to get connected. I wish you to get connected. Meaning I want to get connected.
Obia.
Body ne ti onyu.
Obia.
Meaning I'm a Joe so body na mi yentio.
Me pacho. Hello.
Tio phone so le yankasa. Why?
Mate. Me pacho e frame. We give for at the church. And I'm a person just.
Odi vo etio.
Petacho, hello, utinenka.
Wada wa mete onkapa kasa etio.
Petacho, I kind of statement na or kafa they blame me or say MPs winning in our country. Don't say I did not say the issue can. What the economic management team. Now almost fairly woefully. Now you can. One president of Japan say, "My fail." So because the French, we should not do that. Now we should not fail. And Papa will be kind. He can be one. What you say, Papa will be kind. Now we didn't. I just say, "My name is Juman Kamini." Say, "Papa Kennedy, he is the right person for the country." The winner, no, we get Mama. I said, "Will be." Open the cranky, open the catch yourself. But I'm telling you, would say if Kennedy, no, let last
Odifo, may I appreciate your conversation about Wahomano and I heard any call from, but me will be our driver corner. Say, Ubi Juma, you get to appreciate Sena you managing the Pocromatia. You are Ken, our employees over 7,000. Tenyasem kitwa wo bia adwuma na ni pa miensa bi kra na bia ye do na ma na so na ma bi wa homa no so get connected e wo jati me ka homa no so get connected bi na wa homa no so na ati me ka get connected bi so afoma mi hu de ekoso na bi na wa homa no so get connected I wish you get connected. Also, be a new be an uncle.
Obia ni obia.
Body native. Many a body native. Wadaroma. Homanati to. I wish you get connected.
Obia ni obia.
Obia any obia. Many a body native on you.
I know more each other. About every city okay.
Many are nice or bad, so I'm very sure say we a general network issue because Chroma network there. So many are how much not can get connected. Then say Benya ba kumi no be them ko. I was trying to get connected.
Obia nyobia
body nti o
your permanent land Kennedy, Mamu, you're one fire, sir. Delegate, you know. Omubenya in Takran, only problem. Kennedy had a Kennedy. I'm not a you're bumpire, not delegate in the job.
Man, that's where we saw about so delegate around the SR almost say, I want to have a Kennedy or Kennedy Agyapong. I mean, you want to say to me, get connected. Meaning, I get connected. So I had the about a demon interview. Meaning, I want to make a get connected. Obia, Nobia, I was your body didn't you?
I have telling you, I was your
Yanko.
Not what I can say. National Executive plan against Kennedy. That's why I started a trouble by no one. The Kennedy no one in the government. I'm NPP, and sending crap. Kennedy is one of my mother's classmates at that institution.
Oh, okay.
I'm working for him still working at the team of Canada.
But yes, that's what we saw about. So, meaning I get connected. Obia, you'll be a body date you. Young coming here.
I'm here. I'm the first comment. I'm a content. And you only say, practical solutions. You are the more people so far the branching of the Bawa, and so on the Nile, or down my own contact. And you know what I am. And I mean, I want to who you can deploy and to a very important so over that. Can deploy economy. I think they will be very important. Such as the I'm not sure how they come from which kind of market
Mame, that's it. When you get connected.
You know?
Whatever, Mame, you can get connected. When you about to make a get connected. Also, be a new beer. Young family from her. When you get connected.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Get connected. Also, be a new beer. Now, for you.
Obi a new beer.
By you, you may body native.
Let me Brian.
Yet you.
Hello.
Ibrahim Tio phone is on a casa yet you.
It means Kennedy or Ghana do Ewadimubam. Your bomb say, Oba Namiabuan said, very
Many are may ask, but was the episode cano and our cano, say, or Ghana Hodo, Utio TV. So I wish our man so get connected, therefore call you to be county. Get connected. Obianobia, I mean, your body native.
But the family Francis Edu, Cassetta for you.
Yet you mean,
the best delegate was a Kennedy Mobile now to Apartment on 2028.
Yame and Cow so many of our man so get connected. Obia and Obia, body native Yobina.
But you a family for the Greece school, make a difference to region.
Yet you.
Yeah, but you delegates no. So once I'm after being almost about with your Kennedy, you make a clear the password mafia 2028. Because it said no can, no vote. So most times could be mistake conform to for bar. If you make a clear year to one the Tiom pa. He do the papa. Now Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia Agyapong on the book who put my buy. It is the airborne in the deal, okay, no one, only more she, like a contaminated woman. It is almost time conform to for some bar. 2028, it don't mark your more. No can, no vote.
No can, no vote. But a delegate, oh, two manner. Idea, you ran a bedim kunim na fee. Be to me, Akoso. We know our man so get connected. Obia and Obia, meaning about Bodina, ye for Chatonianco.
What's me? Oh.
Mini baby, what's it day?
Tamale.
Tamale, offer free tamale.
Tamale.
Mini afache me my friend you chat to ne enko. Mini awa man so get connected. Mini get connected. Obia enye obia. Mini aba my phone chat to odi ne nti. Man ask me be say also friend eba so MC Alsday. Man for friend no NC I mean so person friend ba so and network na be but all in all waiting me about adwencha ba adwencha ni bi ba YouTube ma quickly ni yen share na fi no yetumi emo honkomo I'm sure say the messages ni or say I'm Isaac Donko from Techiman. If NPP delegates want NPP to stay in opposition for long, then they should vote for Bawumia. In Ken we trust. Isaac, message and I'm marking kind of Nathaniel. Nathaniel message say wishing Honorable Ken long life and all the best. Pleading with delegates to vote wisely. Message say I am connected. Connection and Obia air connected sir. Agyapong Kwame say get connected. Obia watching you live from Dewu Kuyapem. I'm highly connected. Say Kutu, say Bam. Another one. So I have friends of Ken City Media. Say get connected. Obia. Dr. 00 Bawumia is the cause of our defeat because Ghanaians don't like him. And most of NPP supporters too don't like him as our flag bearer. Ken Beba, no any hashtag no. Anthony Poku message or the bio say NPP is not ready for another president who is also a northerner. Simple as that. Message or the bio no. Anoche Abankwa Richmond say Obia. Honorable Ken is honest, bold, disciplined, pragmatic, experienced leader. Kindness and a great philanthropist in our time. Number one, in Ken we trust. Also message, I don't know. They all say, personally, I don't see the MPP coming back to power. Well, that's your opinion. Now, if Dr. Bawumia is elected, flag bearer again, I get it now. Right now, he cannot give a lecture on the economy, inflation, nor speak about the exchange rate. How is he going to convince Ghanaians then? Let's say at the end of 2028 and the dollar is still at 12. Also, one analysis near simple power. And someone should warn that. And someone should warn that little girl called political. Well, I don't know who you're talking of. And I show no see encounter obi or this one something. Me for message no see. Abusia, yeah, the Jumedi ni see na ya sorry so adom yeah. If you are the best anyway, she will get connected show. So now. Yet to me, Adrian and someone abegu system ni and there you remove said the near etie from era coffee to come out with you know we did justice to it and I feel several era events do ya edible to abonteno. We also went through the entire survey at your send near Matia. We remember a Jeffers mixture and Jeffers P capsules, so called drugstore nearby should be a crum ha. Body nature almost up a Jeffers mixture and P capsules or sacred rabons a bubro fita habituana no Eda Druno. I do way any do two namusa yadina as we bear my mensem no. I take off from Tiama anti entimi and for bua sefata and for mouth. Because say a Jacob the dean fatana ya kono and young quanquamiasi. Now to macho now bonko for papa and quanquamiasi. Kofie na kodi win is a bema. O kona usura for herbal shop ne drugstore or JJ fast mixture. O no and any capsules no bogu body ni moi. Obon say wajina brane adebeche no na edu din tonyum ewo efie ni yem ho na je bibia timi akoyie kama kan o yo ban so a o konfikyira na ma enkoyie e na afi wo ma yimu no ene ne ma aginsem tu timi fa nsan si obo se de kan na wo ye no ma san ka je fast mixture ne P capsules o no ma bon se ebe yi sa ya we ni nyina afi ho na asumdwe etibi abama bibia koso ye ti drugstore herbal shop o kwa no abodi na waje odi me di nyansabo akwana na tichi metira dwumadi mu e ma chairman apieje ono ene titire ni ma dwumadi bibinti wotie ne nanti kaka e na mebehwe echi e ma no mpanyinfoɔ ne abadwafoɔ wo fi aboa ɛma dwumadi we kɔ so anya asɛm ketwa asɛra kɛseɛ nkɔmɔ obi bia ɔboa ma dwumadi ne kɔ so Fred wa dwenkyɛ ba nyame nhyira o comment any video na we YouTube no we do appreciate it nyame ya adom a efiada get connected will be on your screens macau